Thanks for tuning in. Yes, hello. I've been out to the charity shops today. I almost didn't go, but I thought, what the heck? Who knows what I might find? So let's just go through. There are not too many, but you know, I think you'll probably agree that I've had a good day. So let me just start with this record here. It's Schubert Piano Sonata in B flat, played by Alasdair Graham. Now, what caught my eye about this is the unusual label. I've never heard of this artist, and I picked it up. I've never seen this record before, so I did a bit of research. I looked on the back, I looked at the label. It's pressed in Scotland. It's a label I've never heard of. So there's the label. The label is called Records Dart. Okay, and it says the Records Dart series is produced by Douglas Gray for Scottish Records, 52 Bonaccord Street, Aberdeen, Scotland. And it was published in 1965. It's mono. I don't know if there's a stereo. I think there probably isn't. I've done some research on this pianist, and I think he was born in 1934. He died in 2016. He was a concert pianist who grew up in Scotland, and he appeared with major orchestras. I don't think he was like an international star, but he was well respected, and in his late 30s he had some kind of nervous breakdown and he stopped performing, but he went to teach at the Royal College of Music in London, and he was a professor there until 2003. He died in 2016. So I like to find out about pianists, particularly when I've never heard of them, to find out what their background is and their history. So I was quite pleased to get this, and well, there it is. I played one side when I got back. It's not the best sound quality, but you know, it's rare, and I'm happy to have it. Very unusual. So there we are. Have you guys heard of Alasdair Graham? It seems that he played with Malcolm Sargent and some other major conductors in the 60s. No, there we are. Okay, I paid £1.50 for that. This is one you'll be familiar with: Nigel Kennedy, Elgar, Violin Concerto, Vernon Handley. I think this was the first record that really sort of brought the musical world, sort of brought Kennedy to the attention of the musical world, the recording industry as well. Elgar's fabulous Violin Concerto, and there's a picture of him on the back, not Elgar of course, but Nigel Kennedy. So that's digital recording, £1.50 on Eminence. Now this record here, I sort of hummed and hawed about it quite a bit. Franco Bonisoli, and the reason I was interested in this, it's on Acanta, a European label. He's obviously an Italian tenor, and there are some of the famous tenor arias on the back, like Nessun Dorma, and arias from Il Trovatore, Manon, etc. So I don't know, I thought that was sort of interesting and worth having. It's not a gatefold actually. It's one of these sort of BASF records. Let's see if I can get a decent focus there so you can see it. Let's turn it around so you can see the BAS logo. There it is. Yeah. Now the only problem is it's stuck. It looks like it hasn't been played, but it's stuck to the inner sleeve, and it's got little sort of marks all over it, so I'm going to have to clean it both sides to get those off. It's really frustrating when that happens, but I hope it's going to play okay once I've cleaned it. Okay, so that's another one for £1.50. I got this Debussy and Ravel string quartets with the Juilliard quartet. Yeah, so there we are. Quite pleased with that. If I see the Juilliard quartet on a CBS, I'm probably going to buy it. That was a couple of pounds. Now. Okay, so the charity shop that I went into, I mean, they had a lot of crazy prices. They had box sets. They had, you know, they were pricing up box sets for like £5 and £10 a piece, and I know these box sets just won't sell. You know, like I don't know, 3-record RLS set of Tito Gobbi singing various arias for £8, that sort of thing. I don't really see that kind of item selling unless a Tito Gobi fan comes in. Well, maybe that will happen, but in my opinion, a lot of the prices in that shop were really not too clever. So it did surprise me when I found this. Get ready for it. Now, you know what that is. It's Mahler Symphony No. 9 with Barbaroli. So I saw that. Now, we all know this is a 2-record set. 3 sides, 1 side is not for playing. Mahler Symphony No. 9, it's probably one of the hottest semicircle dog ASDs out there. And I saw this on its own and I thought, okay, great, where's the other one? So I got this out, £2, and I had a quick look inside. I noticed that the original sleeve is there. So the original sleeve is there, and actually it wasn't that one I picked out, no, sorry, it was this one, which is record 1. So I'm thinking, well, okay, I mean, 1 record is better than 0 records out of a 2-record set, particularly for this item. And at least I've got, for Mahler Symphony No. 9, the 1st, 2nd and 3rd movements, even if I haven't got the 4th. At least I haven't got the other record, the one side is not playable. Yeah, so I'm feeling quite pleased. It's better than nothing, isn't it? So, however, I had about 200 or 300 records still to get through. So I was going through them, seeing a lot of silly prices, and I got to like the last 30 records to shuffle through, and I was going, you know, don't forget I was looking at pop music as well, easy listening. I was seeing Perry Como and Mantovani and all sorts of stuff, thinking that other Mahler record just isn't going to be here, is it? And then with about 3 records to go, I suddenly got it. There it was, sitting there with a price on it, £2. I pulled it out and I went quietly to a corner of the shop, took it out, looked at the condition, saw that both sides look, you know, more or less unblemished, no spindle marks, and there it is. There it is indeed. Can you believe that? That, you know, I mean, the next best record I got from that selection was that Ravel and Debussy with the Juilliard Quartet. Now, there were about another half a dozen records I picked out that were not interesting at all, but I thought I might buy them, and they were all actually in poor condition. But this one looked pretty good. Okay, so I've since got it home. I've looked at it very carefully. I've also played the first side, and sad to say, there's a pressing bubble on side 1 that produces about, I don't know, 20, you know, light sort of bumps. So that's disappointing. The rest of the record looks more or less perfect. So, I mean, notwithstanding the bump, I still think even with the pressing bubble, that is an excellent find. And I've since been onto eBay to see what this sells for, and a sort of near mint copy looks to me like it sells for about £600. I've seen other copies selling for sort of 400. I've seen a single record out of the 2 records selling for 150. So, you know, I mean, I've got 4 sides here. 1 side is not playable. 2 sides are like EX, and 1 side, I suppose, you know, is EX but with that bump on it. I don't know what it's going to fetch. I'm probably going to auction this to get a bit of money in so that I can buy other records, but I think even with the bump, I think I should get about 150 or 200 for this. So I'm going to auction that on eBay. The jacket's in superb condition, and I'll report back to let you know. I mean, you might well see me auctioning it, and you'll think, oh yes, that's me. So there are no sort of copies out there at the moment up for auction. There are 1 or 2 buy it nows for about sort of 400, 500 pounds. So yeah, I think this should fetch about 150 to 200, which will provide me with some funds to buy more records. Okay, I mean, I'm not a great fan of Mahler's 9th Symphony. I do like some of Mahler's symphonies, but I don't know, the 9th, it's not quite my cup of tea. And I don't like the 8th either. I absolutely loathe the 8th Symphony of Mahler. I mean, my favourite Mahler symphonies are the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, yeah, the 4th is good, the 5th is excellent, the 6th is sort of okay, the 7th, yes, and then the 8th is absolutely I mean, I just hate it. Symphony of 1000, you know, that big choral sound. I don't like it at all. So yeah, I suppose the ninth is better than that. The eighth would be my worst Mahler symphony. Okay, well that's it. Thanks for watching, and you know, I think you'll agree that that Mahler 9 was quite a find from a charity shop. It's really quite staggering. If I hadn't brought that back today, then I would have been thinking it's been really not barely worth going out, but that certainly made it worthwhile. Okay, thanks for watching, and bye for now.